few months, we've witnessed these hoax calls, bomb threat calls to the airlines, and now it appears that the government is taking not only cognizance of it but possible action. And therefore, with the surge in these kind of calls that are coming forth, especially from social media, the Information Technology Ministry has issued a notice to social media platforms. The government has said, and I quote from that notice, "Remove the posts that affect public order. Do not allow users, especially anonymous users, to post false information, and action will be taken if due diligence is not followed." This is a big news coming in. This is the government now asking, after reaching out to the social media platforms, asking to not only ensure that there is vigilance over these issues, but also due diligence. Aishwarya Paliwal is joining me for the latest on that. Aishwarya, so there were some meetings in the past few days. Why do you think that the government has been forced to take a stronger stand against the social media platforms?
Well, Pooja, one thing is very, very clear, and that is the government has been looking at the hoax calls very, very closely, and they also believe that social media platforms also have a role to play, because some of the threats that have been made on the platform X. So the government once again has put out an advisory, and they have asked all the social media platforms to be extremely vigilant, and in fact to go a step further and also to help the government in the ongoing investigation. Sources have told us, Pooja, that the government is actually looking at all the calls that have been made. They are also through the VPN trying to trace the people and trying to trace the origin of where the calls emanated from, because as much as 80 calls in 24 hours, Pooja, that's the rate at which we are going at the moment. So the government is very keen on making sure that they nip this menace in the bud.
All right, Aishwarya, telling us about how the government is taking this more seriously. Remember, these are calls that or messages on social media, the threats that cannot be ignored, because even one call, if happens to be correct, is huge risk to hundreds of passengers in their life, and therefore every hoax call is adding on to the burden and pressure onto the agency, security establishment, and especially the air traffic that is diverted at the last minute.